Moore's show last night, or his video that he did on Dark Horse, and I said I can't say that I'm surprised.
Well, we are live here, and as you can see, the title is for a response for a prolific clout chaser. I am Big Kev for Big Kev's World here with the Prodigal Heel, and if you saw his video, we're pretty much telling you that it's going to cost money to talk about us now, $10,000 a piece. So, Poston, I'm going to let you have the floor because obviously I think this political person or whatever the ass clown name is said something about you.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure because, Big Kev, between, myself and yourself, we actually have people that want to spend time with us over the holidays. Plus, there's more, there's better stuff to do than sit here on YouTube and, I don't know, create drama. And I wasn't even watching it, so I didn't even wasn't even aware until Andre in one of my videos that I did later that night um, said that this guy was mentioning both myself and Andre Corbill. The only thing that I saw was him making a clip trying to mimic a disabled person going, "Nyeh, nyeh, 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 nyeh." But how's that any different than any of your other fucking videos? I mean, that's how you sound every fucking day. So how are you going to mimic somebody when you sound the exact same fucking way? So I mean, we're not going to mention this prolific, dedicated, consistent, persistent YouTuber by name because, as Big Kev has already freaking stated, it's going to cost you. It's going to cost you. No more free rides.
Yeah, it's going to cost you, and we've talked it over. I mean, we've even, as a matter of fact, we even talked to some lawyers about it.
Yeah, I meant celebrities. They're always contacting us saying, why do you give these? See, y'all could be up here with us, doing what we do, but you're doing all this charity work for all these people who are all ungrateful. It's disrespectful to sit there and mention myself and Andre, and I'm sure he mentioned you too, Big Kev. I'm not sure this is just Andre telling me on my video, but there's no telling what kind of smack this guy was talking about us, trying to cloud chase, just trying to get us. And you notice that we drop our video saying this is how much, this is our fee, this is what we're going to set the price at, and then all of a sudden this guy feels like he's got to mention us.
You know what? You know what's interesting too is when I was Kev's point of view, to give you guys a little bit of a clue about who we're talking about. I think I was the better point of view than that view. As a matter of fact, see, I didn't come on here lying to everybody about reading off of dirt sheets and basically brainwashing kids and making fun of and trying to pick a fight on a handicapped kid. I mean, like, what the fuck's wrong with people?
I don't know, dude. I honestly don't know what this guy's problem is. Whatever it is, I'm pretty sure it's hard to freaking pronounce. But yeah, there's one thing that whenever I have a bunch of somebody trying to use a group of handicapped people against me, you know what I'm saying, and them coming and attacking me, there's a big difference than going out and mocking somebody for doing exactly that's a better YouTuber probably. I don't know who this other person is, but of course Sean's clout chasing this guy too, just like he's clout chasing us, and it's really petty. Oh, did I just mention this guy's name? My bad. The most prolific, most dedicated, most annoying, most inaccurate whenever it comes to wrestling news. You know what I'm saying? Uh, it's really petty. It's petty, Kev, and this is what we have to deal with on a daily basis.
And it's also petty too when this person, throughout the years that he's been on YouTube, has asked people for money, used his fan base for money, has shown his penis to people. Um, and he basically said something bad about Cody. You remember Cody that passed away?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a lot of hateful BS that this guy has done.
He's just a coattail writer. That's all he is. He was riding on Cody's coattail, Cody Brainer's coattail, and now he's riding on our coattail. Just gonna go out and mention this, and I did my due diligence. Whenever Andre left this, I went to go back and look for the video, and of course, guess what? This prolific, dedicated, consistent YouTuber took the video down. So I couldn't exactly see exactly what he was saying about me. Somebody had, took the clip of him mocking the guy that, he was, don't mention, all the stuff where he freaks out and goes into his cathartic ramblings that nobody can understand. He took down the video where he mentioned me. And if it wasn't for one YouTuber basically writing in a little monologue in the description saying that he mentioned myself and Andre Corbill, which we'll give Andre Corbill free press. We'll mention Andre Corbill because he's in the inner circle. You know what I'm saying? But this guy doesn't get that. And so I wouldn't have ever known anything except Andre told me about it. I saw the video. I went back and I looked through it. And I'm like, well, there he goes. There goes this Mr. Prolific 100,000 guy who is the most dedicated here on YouTube that quits and then comes back the very next day and says, I'm not going to let you run me off of YouTube. Whatever, dude. Nobody, I barely missed you, to be honest with you. And because anything that you're talking about, I probably already heard on No DQ anyways. That's where you get your stuff at is No DQ. So,
and you know what's weird is that half the shit he says is untrue. Like half the shit he says, the little videos he does. See, he's very good at thumbnails and he's very good at clickbait. And that's one of the reasons why a lot of people fall for his shit.
That and he's very good at sub for subs, and he's very good at buying those subs. You know what I'm saying? He has a history of that.
I remembered that. Wasn't and we'll give this guy a free press too. Didn't Wrestling Jesus call him out on that?
Yeah, I believe he did. And then from there it just kind of metastasized to everybody in the YWC. But
I just want to let Mr. Prolific know that JD from NYC is better than you. Vince Russo is better than you.
Yeah, I mean, this guy is kind of like, he's. I would like to call him the McDonald's, but he's more like McDowell's from you remember from Coming to America. Our buns don't have any sesame seeds. That's the difference. Oh no, it's just a cheap knockoff. He's not Star Wars per se. He would be more like us. That Star Class. Yeah. One of the cheap knockoffs of Star Wars. And so, and this is something that you and myself have discussed because we're so versatile. We could talk about various different things. Yep. So the wrestling business going under due to all of these dirt sheet gossip people here on YouTube and whatnot, sitting there trying to get their little rebel rousing going and trying to start all this stuff without any kind of real quality in their product yet. It doesn't bother us if the wrestling because we're so versatile. I'm planning on going on Steven Rose's show sometime next week to talk about the college football thing again.
I would love to join you guys on that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So we could talk about that stuff because, Steven is another versatile guy that's in high demand. You're a versatile guy that's in high demand. I'm a versatile guy that's in high demand. So our little network here, our net worth here on YouTube isn't just, marginalized to the wrestling base. It's we're very diverse. However, You're talking about a saturated market that Mr. Prolific is trying to market in. And at the end of the day, that market is saturated because the demand isn't there for professional wrestling like it was back in the 90s, anyways.
And you know what's interesting too is that I'm a very busy man. I haven't posted in the last 5 days, not just because of the holidays. Prodigal Hill knows that I'm working on playing a Friday the 13th movie. I'm getting myself back into even better shape to play Jason, and I want to make it look really good. So I don't got time to mention some of these people by name. I mean, like half the time I forget people's name. So, the Prodigal Hill is being really busy. He's working on something big in his personal life that's really good. So, when you guys want to say stuff about us, it it's just all you're doing is talking to yourself. You're talking to your imaginary friend that you had when you were 2 years old.
Pretty much. And yeah, like there are people out there that, want Big Kev. He's he's going to be a big time movie star. You know what I'm saying? He's going to have this new movie coming out where it's going to be, it's going to probably break box office numbers, but he's doing it as an independent. He's making it himself. That's because Kev believes in himself, because he knows his value. It's not our fault that all of you people, like the most prolific, most dedicated, most irritating YouTuber over there, don't understand our work. He doesn't understand our work, but he likes to sit there and mock somebody who was probably one of his subs. I don't get that at all. Why
Nope.
you would want to, mock one of your subs and sit there and mimic him. And like I said, buddy, I've had conversations with you in one of these, just like me and Big Kev are doing right now. And for some reason, you still talk the same. He still talks the. I've never seen that. You know what I'm saying? Because like even whenever I was doing my TNA Revolution and stuff, I didn't talk like that. Outside of YouTube, or like whenever I was doing my Prodigal Heel thing. I mean, I don't talk like the Prodigal Heel all the time, or the Sleeper taking over. I don't talk like John Cena in my regular life. But this guy talks exactly how he talks. Oh, how's it going, guys? Oh, we're at the mall, and this is awesome. Blah, 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 blah. He talks the same shit, dude. I'm like, dude, you sound like a used car salesman. Is that how you? And the motherfucker talks like that.
Hey, Poston, I got a fan of mine that wants to come in and say something about this prolific person. He's a real good Chinese. He's a Chinese guy. He's a martial artist. He's an old man, but when he comes in, I'll let him come in here. But he's got something to say about Mr. Prolific as well, and he's a really good guy. He works for he does stuff for the FWE. So anybody from the FWE might know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about Mr. U.
Yeah, I think I've met Mr. U before.
Mr.
Actually,
U,
I think he's a martial arts expert, isn't he?
yes, he is.
Taught you a few things, didn't he?
He taught me a few things. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yep. Also, too, what I got going on next year is that the wrestling show, my little connection with them is going good. They're wanting me to come to Rockford and do some matches in the ring that I haven't done in a long time. So, see, I don't mind getting back in the ring for people like that.
Yeah, and I don't blame you. The talent is more acceptable in that wrestling show. So, I mean, I get it. It's and you got your career going. You're going to be playing in this next big horror movie. It could turn into a franchise.
Some of the kill scenes in this movie that we got written up is going to be epic. I will tell you this much: it's something that Tinseltown could never come up with and wouldn't dare come up with.
Oh hell no! It's not like they could come up with a whole hell of a lot that doesn't like outright suck. It's been hard to watch. It's been hard to watch, and
Yeah,
they're missing this our edgy element. That's the problem. But I guarantee you that as soon as you do that movie, you're gonna have people like Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman and all of these people doing the same thing that Mr. Prolific is doing right now to us. Because they're gonna clout chase because they know who the goods are.
the one thing too is you gotta understand. This is one thing about me. When I said that I was leaving YouTube for a while, I left for a couple years. I actually left for a couple years. I didn't say, "Hey, I'm leaving," and then come back 2 weeks later and do videos. That's not me. I don't do
Yeah,
that.
and I gotta congratulate you, man. And I know that this guy is gonna get giddy. I know he's gonna get goosebumps. I know he's probably got butterflies in his stomach because he knows he's about to get mentioned on your show. But he probably deserves it. And that's your promo that you wrote for MJF, man.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
I mean, you look at that right there because you have all these people that are even outside of AEW that was talking about even the Brad rules complimented you on that promo. And so, yeah, that was top notch work that you did. I was wondering what you were going to do with it. And I was like, well, you know, they've been watching my videos and then they seen you and then they seen me. And I said, well, I don't know if I have enough time to get involved in that. So I said, yeah, but you could talk to Big Kev. I bet you he could probably get something going for you.
Well,
And
see,
so
yeah.
they went to you.
Well, here's what happened. I'm back on Twitter, and I was following MJF, and I posted a comment to MJF, and he DM'd me, and he said, "Hey, I've seen some of your promos before when you were working the E-Feds, and I know you used to do wrestling, so could you help me out?" I said, "Absolutely." So I kind of written down a little bit of what he could say to Punk, and I wish he would have said to Punky Brewster. He didn't say that part, but it was still good nonetheless.
I think what it was maybe he thought that Soleil Moonfry might have did some sort of infringement suit on him since technically she's Punky Brewster, so maybe that's why he didn't add the Brewster at the end. I think that would have definitely cut a little bit deeper because I get it. You know what I'm saying? That was the one part that I had issues with too. But because a lot of these new Gen Zers and millennials, they have no idea who Punky is. So whenever you're calling Punky, it's like, oh, what's he talking about, Punky? Why does he keep calling him Punky? Yes, both. They don't understand that he was referring to Punky Brewster. So that was the only thing. But Soleil Moonfry, she's pretty hot too. So I get it.
Oh, he's here.
Uh-oh. We've got you in the house.
Hey, how's it going?
How's it going? Long time no see, Master.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Now you got something to say to this clout chaser, this prolific, dedicated person. I know you don't like him.
Yeah, I think he's a piece of shit. And I think I might have pissed in his martinis a few times. Maybe that's why he's all pissed off at the world.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, didn't you piss in his martini?
Yeah, I did.
See?
Did you have a whole bunch of opium before you pissed in that martini?
Oh, yeah. You best believe that.
Oh, by the way, I forgot. By the way, Prodigal Heel, I forgot to tell you, You's a big fan of yours.
Yes, I am. Definitely.
Yeah, well, he did keep the moves there. He taught me some martial arts skills too. So who knows? See, they don't know. Yeah, me and you go back in the days, back in 2014, 2015.
Damn right. It's a long time ago.
And in fact, it was supposed to be you that was in the new Karate Kid. A lot of people don't understand this, that they wanted you, Master You here, to teach Will Smith's kid karate because he'd be more believable. But he said, you know what? I ain't got time for that. I'm working on Inner Peace. he was trying to, harness his chi, and so they had to settle for Jackie Chan. Jackie Chan was the second choice.
Yeah, that's all I gotta say. Jackie Chan's nothing more than I taught Jackie Chan those skills. So basically, Jackie Chan got in the spotlight. While I said, fuck it, I just do my own thing. I don't need to be in the spotlight. I'll let Jackie Chan have Rush Hour and all that shit.
Yeah, all those movies that Jackie Chan was doing, they were supposed to be Master You because they wanted the master, but they said, well, we'll go ahead and settle for Jackie. Bruce Lee stuntman and all that kind of stuff. He put in a good word. You did a solid job with Jackie Chan.
Well, Jackie Chan's got a lot to thank for me because if not, he'd be on fucking streets or something.
And you also were supposed to be in the new Mortal Kombat, but you turned it down because they wouldn't pay you enough.
Damn right. I deserve more than that. They were wanting to give me like what, $2 million. I said, damn, I need at least fucking $20 million.
In fact, you've got to pay you in gold. He doesn't even want it in cash. He wants it all in gold.
Damn right.
Now, Prodigal Heel, I have to let you know, there's a little history between you and Stephen Rose. See, Stephen Rose is scared of you.
Yes, he is.
Why is Stephen Rose scared of me?
No. I'm saying Stephen Rose is scared of you, like Master You. He's scared of Master You.
Oh, you. Oh, okay. Not me, you. Oh, yeah, I know. Well, who isn't scared of you? Hell, you've taught me some stuff, and I'm still scared to death of you.
Yeah.
But Master You, though, won't we be seeing you soon on actually it's gonna be promoted on my channel soon. The last FWE show, FWE WrestleMania, I think you and Stone Cold are coming back, right?
Oh yeah, we're coming back. It's gonna be one hell of a show and definitely needs commentary for it because the last time we brought back FWE, we haven't really done it much, but we really did get to hear me and Stone Cold. So now we're gonna get to hear us.
Now I gotta ask you, I gotta ask you, who's the better drinker, you or Austin?
Come on, you already know. Stone Cold's definitely, he's one of the best, I guess. But I can hang with him. I guarantee you that. I can hang with him. But he outdrinks me every night.
I think Stone Cold's made of 90% alcohol.
Oh yeah, he is definitely. Hell, he fucking drinks down moonshine like water.
And see, is Stone Cold hanging out with the most prolific, most dedicated, most annoying, most irritating, most irrelevant YouTuber over there? Or is he hanging out with guys like us?
No, he's hanging out with guys like us. Wait, I actually got him on the phone here.
You're damn right. This is Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah.
Stone Cold.
I'll tell you what. Hey, what's up, Prodigal Heel? I love the fact that you're over there. You're supporting the Dallas Cowboys. What? And you're supporting all the old wrestling, the territories back in the day. The sport, everybody knows we're Texas boys. We love to go riding.
Hell yeah. And even you can come.
Hell yeah.
I tell you what, though, I'm a little afraid of you because I tell you what, though, anytime we go to these little shows, we go to a strip club later on, you gets all the damn bitches.
Well, you also got to admit that you're also a married man now, too.
You're damn right I'm a married man, and if I did anything, she would kick me in the gut. Wham! Stone Cold Stunner.
Damn right.
You use the ladies' man anyways. Out of all of us, you use the ladies' man. Stephen Rose may be the sexiest man alive, but you is the ladies' man. He can pull him in.
I don't know. You kind of sent me something earlier, Prodigal Hill, and I'm gonna have to post it later. Apparently, I don't know if you ever heard of Mr. Moohead, but he's a Cleveland Browns, Cleveland Indians fan. But he likes to hate on his team, and you sent me a clip of basically this guy has a mail order bride. He's got he's got man tits like milk, and apparently he's in love with Stephen Rose.
Is he as bad as Haagen-Dazs?
Yeah, I mean, you're the one that sent me. You're the one that sent me the video. I mean, where'd you find the video at?
I don't know. I just found on his personal website, and I just saw that. I think he accidentally posted it 1 second, but then he put it private then. But I saw it for 1 second. I downloaded the videos, and I just saw it. I was like, God damn, I didn't know he was gay like that. But I guess that's why he had Steven on his shows all the time.
I'm gonna have to find this one. Oh my God, I did find it.
Is it that bad?
It is really bad.
Oh, damn.
Now, this is from you, so don't get mad at us, Steven. You sent it. Let's see. Here we go.
Hello, Steven, bring your sexy ass over here. Want to grab your booty.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, did he say he wants to grab Steven's sexy ass?
Ah.
Yeah, he did say that.
Wow. I mean, I didn't know Mr. Moohead was like that, but
Is he one of those that's like, hey, Meg, where's your brother Chris?
well, you know what's interesting is that Mr. Moohead came to one of our FWE shows in Cleveland, and apparently he thought you was a woman, and he tried to mess with him.
Yeah, that was the funny part. That was the crazy part right there. But I said, I don't roll like that, Mr. Moohead. I think he needs to change his name to Mr. Boobhead because he's got fucking boobs. I know he's gonna just talk shit about the Browns all the time. I mean, the Browns aren't doing that bad, but I mean, they're still a bad team though.
Now, you know what's interesting. What's interesting, Mister you know, there's a couple of people that said some pretty mean stuff about Big Kev, and I know me and you go way back too. You want to enlighten people and let them know that if you keep messing with me, that I've actually made someone call the cops on me on here.
Well, yeah, he did. He made someone call the cops on him, and he didn't even have to. All he did was troll and mess with him on FWE. He said, "I'm going to call the cops." But I think though, there will be a a voice message coming out of there soon, and maybe you can send it to Prodigal Heel about the voicemail he called the police, and they had the voicemail on there saying what he said to the police.
Oh yeah. That's it. Yep. That is true. But you know what though? I used to give free press. Now I don't do that anymore. I give you free press. I'll give Steven free press. I'll give the Prodigal Hill free press and the wrestling show and other people that work with us. But as far as some of you monkeys are, and especially Mr. Prolific, dedicated to his own ego, it's going to cost you 10 grand next time you talk about me and Prodigal Hill.
Yeah, at least 10 grand. Yeah, we ought to sit there and prorate that stuff. Take it as a tax write-off. And then whenever Joe Biden is like, why are you taking this? Well, because your boy over there, Mr. Prolific, Mr. Dedicated, and I guarantee you he probably voted for Joe Biden. But that guy keeps mentioning us. As long as he keeps mentioning us, I'm going to go ahead and take it as a tax write-off.
And you know for a fact he probably sleeps in John Cena underwear.
No, you know he does. Oh, John Cena. You remember that all the time. John Cena, he's the greatest ever. Oh my God. He'd just be doing these videos defending John Cena. And ultimately the ratings went down.
I might have to call John Cena and ask him what he thinks about the Prolific guy.
Yeah, you probably had to do that. I'm sure that let me go ahead and let's see if I can ring him up real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and put this, and you and Master U can go ahead and go back and forth. I'll see if I can get a hold of him.
All right. Now, Master U, we're gonna be in my home state for WrestleMania.
Yes, that's what I heard.
That means we're gonna have to get to go. Well, you get to have all the nice barbecue and chicken here.
Oh yeah, definitely one of the best places in the United States to have barbecue and chicken in Nashville. They have the best. I think, in my opinion, they have the best barbecue in Nashville. They know how to do cookouts and everything.
And I also heard a rumor that you're possibly going to be moving to Dubai. You want to get away from the United States.
Oh yeah, definitely. I gotta get away from this liberal communism shit here. I'm tired of Joe Biden. I can't. I mean, if Trump gets reelected in 2024, which I'm pretty sure he will, unless some bullshit rigging happens, I'm moving to Dubai and I'm not coming back until Biden's out of office and the liberals are not running the country.
Now, have you met John Cena yet?
Yes, I have met him I met him in Dubai when he came to Dubai. They're on top of that Burj Khalifa.
I remember hanging out with you, and we were in Dubai.
Oh yeah, that was a good time. And I remember you. What was it? Fucking did the attitude adjustment on Kane through that table?
That Dubai is where I met Vin Diesel, and I said, Vin Diesel, you better not. If I go on your Fast and the Furious, you better sell to John Cena. You better sell. You better not no sell to John Cena.
I gotta ask you, John. What do you think about your biggest fan on here, the prolific, dedicated dirtbag?
Well, the deal with the most dedicated, prolific, my biggest, and I respect that, but he likes to no sell. He likes to no sell too, and I think he gets it wrong sometimes, and he doesn't understand that I do Make-A-Wish, and if the Make-A-Wish kids saw that, then I can't have another title, because those are the ones that I put out there when I want to win a title. I just go ahead and grab a freaking Make-A-Wish kid and say, you can't hit me, Roman Reigns, because I got a Make-A-Wish kid here and I'm holding him, and it'll make you look like a bad guy.
Now, I don't know if you heard, but one of the legend matches that's happening at FWE WrestleMania is John Cena versus Hulk Hogan.
Oh wow! Yeah, I don't know. That's gonna be definitely interesting because Hogan doesn't sell to nobody.
Well, I'm going to tell my daddy Vince that he's going to sell. He better sell. He better sell to John Cena, and I out politic The Rock. The Rock. He got over that first time, and I said, you better sell. I said, you better sell to John Cena. And he no sold to John Cena. And then I told my daddy Vince, you call him right back. You call him right back right now. And you tell him to get in the ring. And then he had to sell to me. Did you know that, Master U?
I did not know that.
Now, Master U, I know you're a fan of CM Punk, but not really a fan of AEW fans. Why is that?
I just think they think AEW is like the greatest thing on earth or something. They think this is like the next coming of the fucking Monday Night Wars or whatever with the two different wrestle programs. Well, we all know. I mean, I'm not a big fan of WWE anymore, but I still think if I'd have to choose which is better, I think WWE is better than AEW.
Now, John, I don't know if you noticed this, but on Dynamite, MJF mentioned you in his promo.
Well, you got to understand that MJF is my most jealous fan. And I told CM Punk that MJF is my most jealous fan. And you know what that dude did? He said that he was MJF was his most jealous fan.
Man. Oh, by the way, John Cena, what do you think of AEW?
Well, John Cena can't go to AEW because John Cena is 6'1", which he breaks that 6-foot barrier. So they would all no sell to John Cena. I seen it. They're gonna no sell to John Cena, and I was gonna go to AEW, but just to go over there and get over, I was gonna go over there and no sell because it was a whole group of people that I could no sell to, and they said, well, if you're over 6 foot, you gotta sell, and I'm like, what? John Cena doesn't sell, and I told my daddy Vince I said, Vince, you need to go ahead and buy AEW. I said, so they have to sell. They'll have to sell to John Cena.
Now, before you go, John, are you going to be in Fast 10?
I told him, I was like this right here. Vin Diesel, here's the deal. Nobody wants to, whenever people see the Fast and the Furious, they're like kind of tired of it. So why don't we change the name of it to John Cena and Friends? So I'm not going to be in the Fast 10, but it's going to be John Cena and Friends 1.
I'll tell you this though, I heard that he's trying to get the Rock back on there. It'd be interesting to see you and Dwayne again.
He better sell. He better sell to John Cena. He no sold. Kev, did you know that The Rock no sold to John Cena?
I heard about that. Yeah, I heard that he no sold to you at WrestleMania 28 in Miami, and then you went over there and you was like, look, he's selling to me at WrestleMania 29.
I told my daddy Vince, you need to call him right back. Call him. He can't even, before he gets out of the building, you need to call him and say he needs to sell to John Cena.
Well, John, thank you for your time. I know we got to get the Prodigal back in here.
Okay, and make sure to watch my new show, Fast or John Cena and Friends 1. All right, yeah. So that dude is he's clearly gone. He's still got issues with me, but he can't help the free publicity that he gets off of coat writing me, and coat writing you and coat writing Master You.
Wait a minute, I got a call here real quick, Prodigal Hill. He's about to come on the air here. Just a sec. Hello, this is Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'm a big fan of you and Big Kev and Stephen Rose. Stephen Rose is the most sexiest man in YouTube history.
It's Big Arnie. Are you planning to make a comeback in the California government there? Because it's pretty much went to crap ever since you left.
You know what I like to do? I would like to take that Gavin Newsom and I like to rip his spine, and jump rope with his fallopian tubes.
Yeah, they had you doing those quote unquote VAXX and the whole movement and stuff for a while, and they had you going out there and doing all this, just like us, just like Big Kev, just like myself. Everybody wants to use your fame and your star status to go ahead and pass some sort of agenda, man. And it'd be nice to see you make a comeback as, come back here to the good side.
Well, you know what's going to be cool is the fact that I am going to be in Expendables 4. Yeah, I'm coming back with my character Trench.
Yeah, and if they do an Expendables 4, guess what? I'm going to buy it because I already got the first 3.
And you know what's even more better is the fact that I told Big Kev that if I ever left the Terminator, that he should be the new T-800.
Oh, definitely. And then I could be the other Terminator, the one that turns into all kinds of stuff. Not the female version, but the really cool male version in part 2. That's who I should be.
Oh, the T-1000. Yeah, I remember that.
Have you seen this boy? I can do that. Hell, that's the only line he has in the movie.
But you know what's even better though is the fact that I look at people like you, and I like the fact that you served your country. I think that's the most admirable thing about you, Mister Prodigal Heel.
And you inspired people to serve their country, sir.
But you know what's even more cool is the fact that everybody wants to know what's Big Kev's secret as far as getting into shape. Haha, you know what he did? He basically bought my encyclopedia. That's how he became so buff and tough.
And of course, mine is just good old-fashioned hard work, just working hard, doing my job.
But before I go, I just want to say that I'm glad you guys are over here. You're trying to clean up YouTube. You're trying to get rid of the little spineless peasants on here. And the fact is, you little horrific. If I ever saw you in person, I'd rip out your spine. Yeah.
All right, there's one question I got to ask you, Big Arnie, because I did this video the other night about the Australian trolling ban and Scott Morrison or whatever he is trying to make sure that all of us really at the end of the day, it's independence. That's who he's targeting. People like me, Big Kev, Stephen Rose, people who get out the information, people who have a different perspective than those in Hollywood. What do you think about those little trolling legislations? It's such this anthropic term that they can use to go ahead and identify anybody kind of like bigot and racist and xenophobe. And it's just another term that they could throw out and label people just like anti-vaxxer and various other things.
You know what's even more? I appreciate people that like to create their own little their own stuff to get their information out. I told Big Kev that if there was ever a chance for you guys to buy CNN, I think you guys should.
Well, that's what this $10,000 per cameo that we're requesting right now is to go ahead and carry a little bit more influence in decision making in this country. And I don't think that people appreciate that enough.
You know what I have to say this though. The one thing about this that I love about you both is the fact that you both and Stephen Rose, I will say Stephen Rose is kind of a little pansy. Yeah, he's a little bit of a pansy. The fact of the matter is that he got to the top of the roof and he was crying like a bitch.
I haven't seen that one yet, but I'll have to be on the lookout for that.
It is on his video. Him and Travis went on a date together, and they decided to go to the tower up there in Dallas. Yeah, and it was like this, big glass elevator, and Steven went up, and he was like, "Oh my God, I'm afraid of heights. I think I shat my pants."
I had to go back and finish watching that video. I started it, but I didn't finish it. Of course, I've been working pretty hard here lately, so by the time I get off, it's about all I can do to, maintain. So,
well, before I go, I would like to say if they would ever let different people from different countries run for president, I would run in 2024, and I guarantee you, I would beat Biden.
So you heard it here first, people. In 2024, instead of voting for Trump, just write in Arnold Schwarzenegger. Just write him in and see what they would do.
Yeah, Arnold, I'll tell you what, they put him in there. I could see him being one of the coolest presidents ever.
Definitely, man. He'd be a hell of a lot better. At least he would probably know what day of the week it is. Wishing Mother's Day, Happy Mother's Day on Thanksgiving.
And I also know that he wouldn't fart on live television, and he wouldn't have to have his Depends changed every day.
And he probably wouldn't poop himself in front of the Pope. But not like I have a lot of respect for the Pope. Probably one of the more admirable things that fucking Joe Biden did. But yeah.
Well, I know there's a big stuff coming up. I know that Mel asked you about doing a conspiracy thing, and I know a lot of people give you shit about it, but honestly, conspiracies have been around for a while, and I'll tell anybody. Just because you hear something on the news or you hear something on the world doesn't mean it happened.
Yeah, and like I said, most of the stuff that I say pretty much comes to pass. You know what I'm saying? This whole freaking economical collapse that we're going through right now, this stagflation and inflation, I called way back when, and people were calling me a conspiracy theorist. People were calling me a conspiracy theorist for predicting, said events happening at said time. And whenever they go to pass, they still call me a conspiracy theorist. So it's just, label to make them feel secure. But, technically, whenever you look at a call for an uprising or something like that, where he's talking about the Venom suits and, all this weirded out stuff that, he claims, that's conspiracy. That's conspiracy. He has no evidence to support any of his claims. However, the stuff that I talk about, I actually have, evidence. It's actual research, and I can point to it and say, yeah, this is what they're doing. So, yeah.
And that's the thing, though. Anything else we want to say about Mr. Prolific, Dedicated?
I don't know if there's too much to say that hasn't already been said by some other YouTuber that, thinks that they're, going to get some clout off of him. But of course, he comes to us for clout. So you might as well just go ahead and make videos on us if that's the case. Because, you're not going to get any. I mean, his, own viewers don't really even watch him that much.
A lot of his viewers, though, I mean, the way he talks to them, the way he, threatens them, he talks to them. He's been with two different women. As a matter of fact, one of the women that he was with before. And it's interesting because I look at a guy like this and I'm like, how does he have 100K subs? And Wrestling Jesus, and I remember you, General Jerry, and a couple others called him out on his bullshit for it. And all he did was get mad, and then he had his ex come in there and going, why are y'all talking bad about Sean for? Sean's like a fucking nutcase. I mean, like in a hot, I swear to you, well, I just said his name accidentally. Sorry, fuck it.
I did too, accidentally.
So I'll say this much about it. I'm sure when he does his videos, he probably gets he goes and does his videos, and then they probably put him right back in the white jacket, and then send him back to the nut house.
And to be honest with you, man, looking at, he's always been trying to market and do YouTube as a job. And, really, at the end of the day, whenever you sub to Sean, you usually see 5 or 6. That's one of the reasons why a lot of people, his actual subs, his legitimate subs, unsub to him. Because you'll see 5 different wrestling videos in your feed a day. And I said his name too, didn't I? Fuck. Okay. You see like 5 or 6 wrestling videos. And none of them, a lot of them are going to be BS. A lot of them are going to be BS. And it's just taking up my feed. I have more stuff that I could be looking at, doing more research, listening to more motivational videos. But instead, I have this clown coming in, dropping all of these videos that never comes. Like he just did a video saying that Roman Reigns was going to leave WWE in 2022 and that Sasha Banks was released. On what? What are you basing this on? And what's going to happen whenever Sasha Banks isn't released? She's extended, and Roman Reigns is still 2022. What's going to happen?
You know what? The one thing too is that we all know why he wears a ball cap, why he wears hats all the time. Everybody's wondering why he wears hats all the time. Well, let's just say that he's very much got a really good bald spot on the top of that. I wouldn't even want to be in his head, to be honest with you.
That's because, he's already went through all his brain cells, so now he's burning out the hair follicles. So that's probably what it is. But yeah, you know, um, I, I contacted said person that was a mutual friend of his, that was a friend of mine. Silence speaks louder than words. So apparently, this guy was running his mouth about me at some point in time. So of course, I'm not surprised that he's clout chasing us. He notices, hey, they're charging $10,000 for a cameo. If I get them to mention my name, and we didn't mention the whole thing, so that's good. We didn't mention his whole channel name, so he won't get too much free publicity from us, because I know some people named Sean that absolutely deserve to have honorable mentions by us, and that'd be Ireland's Patriot. His name is Sean, but definitely not this prolific, dedicated, most irrelevant, most annoying, most agitating, most cathartic, most freaking hypochondriac YouTuber on this platform today.
So I'm looking at this website called YouTube Me, and it basically tells you what his net worth is. He's got 120,000 subscribers, 81 million video views, 9,000 video count, and his net worth is either 30.6K to 183K. So yeah, he's over there. He makes that much. Last 7 days, $15, $52, 30 days. Last 90 days, $349. So if he's that net worth of that much, then he shouldn't be asking anybody for money. He shouldn't be asking you fans to buy his Patreon and all this other stuff. So technically, he's using you people.
And if he can do all this stuff, and he has all this money, that you're saying that he has, then he can definitely afford that $10,000 to get an honest cameo.
Well, I'll share it just for a second. I mean, I know the cat's already out of the bag about who it is we're talking about, but as you can see right here, you see what I'm seeing? Prodigal Heel?
Yeah, but it's hard to see on this screen. I'll probably go back and watch this video later, though.
Oh yeah. Well, let's just say this much: he makes quite a bit.
But it's funny, he always needs more. You know what? If he wouldn't waste it all on junk.
That's true. And what's funny though, as he's doing videos, he used to be the biggest WWE fanboy ever, and now he's over there doing AEW wrestling.
That's because there's no market in wrestling altogether. So he might as well go ahead and do the TNA or Impact and the NWA videos as well, because there just isn't really enough market in any particular wrestling company to go ahead and sustain this kind of the kind of views that he's used to. And I wonder how much of those views. I mean, yeah, it says that he has 107K, right? We'll go ahead and give him the max amount. But if you're spending about 30 or 40K of that, then really how much do you have? Because you're buying views, you're buying subs, you're trying to make everybody think you're some for real shit, and you're still mentioning me and Andre Corbell and Big Kev here, to try and, market off of our fame, that we established for ourselves.
The one thing I'll honestly say about him before we start to wrap this up is I think the YWC would agree with us that he's a parasite. I think a lot of them would agree with us. I mean, I know they have their little thing against you and me, but I think everybody would agree that this guy's a parasite.
Oh, definitely. I bet you he fears ivermectin just like the Democrats do, because we know that they're parasites as well. So, yeah, he probably hates ivermectin.
I'm just waiting for the day when he comes on YouTube and he's going to sit there and say, I want to run for president of the United States. I tell you what, if he ran for president of the United States and he got elected, after dealing with what we're dealing with right now, I would move my ass to Japan.
Yeah, definitely. And but the bad thing is, I don't know if he would be a step down or a step up from what we got in right now.
He'd just be a younger version of what we got right now.
At least he wouldn't have all. He wouldn't be completely demented yet, though.
But he would come on there and he would say, "I'm the most dedicated, prolific president of the United States."
It would be interesting to see a debate between him and Donald Trump.
Oh my God, Donald Trump would smack the snot out of him. Oh, it's the fact that you're such a loser. You're a loser compared to me. Because if I bought YouTube, I would kick you off.
He should buy it and kick him off anyway.
Yeah.
But of course, YouTube is so busy trying to get us kicked off. But I guarantee you, Seanzview showed his cack on here, and look at where he's at. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, and there's Scorpion Death drops in the comment. What's up? What's up, Leon? We'll give you
Leon California.
My Trump impression. I appreciate that. Thank you. That's not true. Let me be clear. Seanzview pays to me because I'm the one that pays for his stuff.
Did you give him an Obama phone?
Yeah. But I bet what Prodigal Heel is the fact that I would like to take out that Mark Zuckerberg on Facebook as well. I would call it Trump book. And I would come on here on YouTube. I would buy YouTube, and I would get rid of all these little trolls.
It seems it looks like Scott Morrison's going to beat you to that. The Australian guy. Yeah, no more trolling. You'll be fined.
But what's interesting is the fact that they're going to have no dislike button. I mean, like that's my favorite button on YouTube. It's the Don's favorite. I
could tell by the dislikes that Joe Biden gets on every one of his videos.
I didn't have sex with that girl, but I tell you what I did. I tell you, when I had sex with that woman in Arkansas, out came Seanzview. That's right.
I just gotta ask. Does anybody else find these little VAXX commercials on YouTube as irritating as I do?
Well, I know Michael Miner just wrote on here, "Oh, we talking about, hi, I'm Seanzview. I show my dick on YouTube in front of the world."
Yeah, and he showed it to some guy named Brian as well. I mean, who shows their penis to another dude?
Well, I guess you didn't know about the guy from TTC. Jamal Seaton pulled his pants down in front of like a bunch of men on a live stream once. That happened on TTC. So we've had two guys do it. And to be honest with you, if you ever see his video where it shows Seanzview thing, you're gonna have to need a magnifying glass, and you're gonna have to have and I'm not talking about just a regular magnifying glass. You gotta get one of those big old sucking ones to even look to see what Seanzview is doing.
See, we couldn't even do anything like that because it's too big. I don't even have the left side of my penis and a right side of my penis. I have east dick and west dick. You know what I'm saying? That's how my shit's measured. And Kevin's the same way. They call me Christmas. Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. They call Kevin Thanksgiving because there's a lot to give thanks for. They call Sean Easter because you have to look for the fucking Easter egg.
Well, I'll tell you this too. The one thing I will tell you about Sean, well, we kind of let the cat out of the bag. So yeah, you guys know who we're talking about. Prolific, dedicated my ass. I mean, anybody can come on here and post 6-7 videos a day and do dirt sheets and do fake little thumbnails and lie to people. I mean, I don't know if Scorpion Death Drop and Miner, I don't know if you two saw this earlier, but I posted a thing that pretty much says that Seanzview makes about Makes about 93 to 100,000 K a year.
According to the views, but he probably spends about at least 20 to 30 of that back into the views that he buys, and then he probably spends another 20 or 30 of that into his little John Cena stuffed animals and freaking fake WWE merch. And then, there's no telling what he spends on the DVDs and stuff like that. So, really at the end of the day, as quick as he gets that 193 to 100K a year, he goes through it. So, yeah, I believe
he also had to pay a little thing called taxes on it, and that's another thing.
Yeah, and I think I donated $10 to this guy so he could get a functioning fucking microphone because nobody could understand what he was saying on his videos.
Do you know what's interesting? That whenever Seanzview goes on his little rampages, he sounds like Don Vito from Bam Margera's show.
I don't even know who that is. So yeah, he's going 100 miles an hour. You can't even understand what he's saying. He's Roman Reigns. Oh, okay. I got Roman Reigns. Something about Roman Reigns. I don't know what else you're saying about it though.
I remember him saying that about Sasha Banks. That Sasha Banks was supposed to be gone from the WWE, fired and stuff like that. And I'm sitting there thinking, she's not fired. She's the most popular thing. And to be honest with you, she's got a little bit more views than AEW. Yeah,
she's a draw. I mean, like, she's a fucking draw. And you think that they're going to go ahead and get rid of Sasha Banks. She's the only one that even remotely appeals to the pop culture at all anymore. And Roman Reigns is the most believable wrestler in the business today out of all of them. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, they're not going to let Roman Reigns go. If anything, they'll pick up any of these AEW guys that start to make AEW wrestling guys that start to make a little bit of the Triple H will go ahead and pick those guys up because they'll know that they'll have more. You're going to make more, and you're going to have more publicity. You're going to make more of an impact on celebrity, being a celebrity in WWE because WWE is on Fox. Fox caters to one of the biggest markets out there, which is the NFL audience still.
Leon said he doubts that he makes even close to that, seeing how these supposed advertisers pulling out of their content that they don't like. Plus, he's on Social Security. He'd be off of it if he made that much legitimately. That's true. Yeah. I mean, but I found this website. We were just having some fun with Sean, so it's not a. I mean, I'm not saying he makes that in legitimate. I mean, that's just what this website says.
I figure after everything Sean probably brings in off of YouTube, if I was to guess legitimately, what he makes off of YouTube would probably maybe be 10 a year at the most. And that would be, say probably even less than that. He probably makes into the, he probably makes less than 10. Because let's say he makes about $300 a month, which is what I'm guessing he probably actually makes. $300 a month to go along with his little Social Security check. That's about what, $3,600 a year?
Yeah, and he's probably got to pay child support, and that's another big.
Big that's probably what he actually makes. I can't imagine that Sean is making Stick, Sex, and Hammer money or any of these other guys that are Mr. Reagan and all these other people that have more of a, quality setup or anything. But like I said, with the way YouTube is going and with the way the internet is going, they better go ahead and invest that money because there's no certainty that them checks are still going to be coming in, particularly with the way that, it's going right now. They want to get rid of a large number of us. And I was one of the first ones on here to talk about half of this stuff that, Crowder seems to be talking about, but I go a little bit deeper. See, they're still a little bit controlled. I'm not so much.
I mean, I honestly, I think in a lot of ways, though, Leon, you started the whole camo thing, and I wanted to applaud you because you had Tommy um, basically do a video shout for you, and that was really cool. That's what started this whole thing. And people that want to say bad things about me and you posting are going to have to pay 10,000 now.
Yeah, he's the one that gave us the idea because we were like, oh, what was Stephen Rose was telling us about our celebrity status and whatnot with his celebrity analyst, and the analyst was sitting there saying that we all, and so I said, hey, Leon just had this shout out from Tommy Lauren, and why can't we do what Tommy does? Because if we have that kind of even more of that celebrity status than Tommy Lauren has, why don't we go ahead and take advantage of this? Because we're mentioning too many of these people that are just trying to come after us. We're giving them too much free publicity. And so why would I want to go ahead and continue these feuds, these meaningless, ridiculous feuds with randos on here whenever they should be paying us? And that's what I was telling Kev, So, yeah, to moderate that, we'll say, okay, we'll go ahead and do a response video to you. We'll go ahead and we'll give you your little shout out. It's just going to cost you $10,000 for you to get that shout out. And I thought that was a fair price. Don't you, Kev?
Oh, yeah. And, it'd be really cool is if you could go to Camo and get a shout out from Mark Zuckerberg and have Zuckerberg promote your fucking channel because he has to eat it and say what you want to say.
I get him to promote my BitChute, and then I would start doing all kinds of freaking anti-freaking Facebook and exposing the guy. But every other month, I just go ahead and make Mark Zuckerberg give me a shout out on YouTube or on Facebook, make him give me a shout out on Facebook, and then I would go ahead and destroy Facebook on BitChute because I know YouTube would be a little sensitive about that.
Well, Leon's the one that's done some really good videos on Mark Zuckerberg, and I know he's been suspended on Facebook a few times. I know you basically been pretty much kicked off of Facebook. Apparently they went after a couple of my groups and basically fact checked a lot of stuff. So,
I think it's pretty, I think it would be pretty safe to say that you don't want to be on Facebook whenever it goes to the metaverse anyways. Just saying, be a little bit of a free advice because, who wants to be a part of such a ridiculous site that is, you're talking about total pure authoritarianism. That's Facebook right now. And Twitter's the same way. It's no different. I've been kicked off of both platforms. For what? Telling the truth? Calling people out? Oh, you're just being a jerk. No, you're just being a two-faced liar, and I'm pointing out that you're a two-faced liar. And the fact that you can't handle the truth means that I have to be kicked off the platform. Is that it? Okay. Well, I don't want to be on your platform. If truth ain't allowed on there, and all it is an indoctrination center where you can go ahead and pass, well, then what's the point of me even being on that platform? If you can go ahead and pass your lies and go ahead and promote your lies out there, and I can't call those lies out and expose them as being lies, well, then, what's the point? Everybody should get off that.
So Leon said I made a short where I was in the same audio room as him. No BS. Yeah, I remember that video. He called Mark out on that video. That was actually kind of funny. But the one thing too is we all know Prodigal Heel that Anna from the Young Turks is in love with you.
Yeah, she's got a secret crush on me. I can't help it. She, everybody that she surrounds herself is full of soy. Look at who she hangs around with: Cenk Uygur, John Adiarola, Hassan Piker. Holy crap! I'm waiting for one of these guys to start lactating.
I bet Seanzview is going to be one of those guys when he's older. It's going to be like, hi kids, you want to come for a popsicle?
Yeah. I got a bag of candy, Andy. See that craziest fucking van you ever seen in your life? It's full of candy.
I'm the most dedicated, prolific dick sucker in the world.
Mm. Yeah, that's just this guy trying to clout chase. Every chance that he gets, that's what he does. He goes around and he mentions us whenever he's not getting the views that he feels he deserves. Well, you're getting your response. It's not going to make me want to go watch your channel anymore. But like I said, I was enjoying my Thanksgiving day. You had games on. You had the Dallas Cowboys, even though we lost. We had the Dallas Cowboys playing the Oakland Raiders. And, that just seemed a lot more appealing than watching Seanzview get more stuff from a dirt sheet that's inevitably going to be wrong.
And why would you post on Thanksgiving anyways? You're supposed to be with your family. That's how Thanksgiving's supposed to be. But, but he has to keep up with that dedicated, prolific,
And a movie review later that night, but you could tell it was already at the end of the night, and I was about to go to sleep, so I did a real quick video, and that's the whole reason I found out about it. But, I didn't see a lot on it, tried to find out more about it, texted somebody to see if it was true before I decided. I never got a text back, so I said, well, it must be true then. It must be true. So...
Well, cat's out of the bag, Mr. Prolific. If you do decide to respond to us, guess what? We're not going to say anything because it's going to cost you $10,000 each.
$10,000.
And if you can't afford it, then you can have your fans, your subscribers, pay it for you.
Yeah, have them start a GoFundMe to get a shout out from one of us.
We can either do a GoFundMe for you, or we can do Venmo or PayPal, whichever you like. We take all forms of payment. I won't take checks though because yours probably bounces a lot. But
yeah, in fact, just open up that GoFundMe and that Venmo, and then just send it to our accounts. Because we know that you can't be trusted with it. Because even if you did open up a GoFundMe or Vimo to get a shout out from the great Prodigal Heel or the great Big Kev, we know that you won't be able to control yourself. And once it gets up to a couple $100, you're going to go out there and spend it on more John Cena plushes and WWE, toy rings and all of this other stuff. So there'd be no way that this man could save up $10,000. I don't think.
Nope. And that's honestly, I think what's going to happen here is we got nothing else really much to say about you. We had you come on, Stone Cold came on our show, Arnold Schwarzenegger came on, John Cena came on here, Donald Trump came on for a little bit, so did Obama. So we racking it in, man.
Yeah, because these guys like to, go ahead and be around other celebrities and whatnot. So that's what you don't get, And,
the one thing is, too, Stephen Rose, I think you are the smartest man on YouTube. Stephen Rose is the sexiest man on YouTube.
No.
Yeah, definitely the most sophisticated. And you are the toughest man on YouTube, of course. So...
Well, I'll tell you this much, though. Mel just said that he's not the sexiest man on YouTube, so that kind of...
Mel is a big you guy, and I'm telling you, you's the ladies' man.
Oh, yeah, you's a big ladies' man. You's a big ladies' man. Hell, Leon's a ladies' man. He got Tommy to say something to him.
Oh, yeah, I told him, go over there, throw some game, Leon. Throw your game. Because she's single or something. I don't know. She was ranting about it not that long ago. Of course, it's our fault somehow. It's our fault that she can't find the right man. It's all men. That's one of the things that with Stephen Rose,
that I get so it's like whenever he's like, oh, well, women like to sit there and use guys, or they like to ghost guys and all this other stuff, and it's like, that's kind of like what Tommy Lauren's kind of gotten into, you know?
I've always wanted to ask him though, like, what kind of girls are you meeting?
Yeah, that's what same thing with Tommy. What kind of guys are you dating? Because let me tell you something. It's not my fault. Not my fault.
And Steven, if you don't have a girl, it's not our fault. It's not anybody's fault. It's just maybe they're just too shy of you. Maybe they're just too shy to know that you're Steven Rose, that you're charming, that you're from YouTube, and you know.
Maybe Stephen Rose and Tommy Lauren need to hook up or something. That'll kill two birds, one stone. You know.
I think she might scare him though, because I think in some cases, you know, she's a very good gun expert, and I think that I think she would wear the pants in that relationship.
I don't know how good of a gun expert she is, but yeah, maybe she's competent with a gun, but you know.
You know what I'm talking about? She would probably scare Steven.
Nah, I don't know. I know she likes to hang out and actually she lives close to you, right?
Yeah, I think she lives in Tennessee. I think even Ben Shapiro has put the Daily Wire here, and Candace Owens has moved here.
Yeah. So they're either moving to your area or our area, one of the two.
No one wants to live in California.
Oh, hell no. Yeah, but the only bad thing is the traffic sucks now.
But Mr. Prolific, Mr. Dedicated, Mr. I want to beg for money piece of shit. If you see this video, I don't really care. You want to talk about me and the Prodigal Heel, and you want to bring up Andre Corbill. Andre Corbill does more stuff than anybody does.
Oh, definitely Andre does more for the business than Sean does.
Absolutely.
I mean, Sean just plays with toys, sits in his room, and talks about people that he wishes he could meet. Andre is meeting these people and getting them out there and getting them noticed. So, yes, yeah. So, yeah.
But that's all we have to say to this. A response to Mr. Prolific, dedicated, most dedicated person on YouTube, probably the most boringest person on YouTube I've ever heard. But, you know, if I ever have an Asamiya issue, I just watch a Seanzview video, and I'm pretty much good to go.
I think it should be used as like torture for the military. You know, if you need to get some terrorist to talk, you just put Seanzview's video on and have it go and repeat and go through his whole playlist, and that dude will talk about the third or fourth video.
And speaking of which, ladies and gentlemen, if any of y'all haven't seen the movie yet, Ghostbusters Afterlife is out. It's kind of the third installment in the series. It's, from what I heard, it's really, really good. I'm gonna go see it this week with Mel, and it's not that remake that they tried to do in 2016 that completely flopped. So, if y'all are Ghostbusters fans, go see the movie.
Yeah, I might have to go see that this week too, but I'll wait and let you see it first and let me know how it is.
I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be good. I mean, from what I've seen, and you know, the original director's son is directing this, so I think it'll be all right.
Yeah, I have to check it out.
Now I know that Remington's a big fan of Ghostbusters. He told me on Facebook that it's really good, and I should see it and everything like that. So, I'm gonna try to go, and we're gonna try to go and see it, or find a different way of seeing it, but either way, I'll still tell you.
Cool.
Anything else you want to say about him, Poston, before we wrap this up?
Like I said, there's nothing really that hasn't been said about this guy. You know, it's just, we pity you. This ain't a hate video. This is us pitying you, pretty much.
Look, Sean, if you get all that money, man, what you need to do is marry go get a catalog for a Russian bride.
Oh yeah, trust me, top notch.
Marry one of them that has that little speck on their head like Gorbachev had, and you should be set. But this is Big Kev for Big Kev's World, joined by the Prodigal Heel. This is a response to a prolific clout chaser. And if you don't know what clout chaser is, Google that shit. Like, share, sub. Hit that notification bell to get all video notifications for me. Coming up, got an interview that Mel's going to do for me. So anybody wants to know how Big Kev is, my lovely wife is going to interview me. Got a couple things going on. Stephen Rose is doing a college football thing on his channel, which Prodigal Hill is going to be going on there. And then depending on what day it is, I might actually stop in there as myself. And because I like college football as well. Any other projects you got coming up, Prodigal Hill, you want to promote?
Just that, and maybe the conspiracy theory thing with Mel.
Yes.
But I don't know when exactly that's going to be. I work during the week, so usually I try to go to sleep pretty early. That's why, this one's kind of early, but yeah.
I'm also working on trying to get another interview with one of the wrestling shows wrestlers, so that's going to be coming soon. And like I said, I got an old friend who's doing a video with me about old school wrestling, talking about Harley Race and his school in Missouri that he had. And so, yeah, it's going to be some interesting stories coming up.
And those A&W wrestling ratings will be out by Tuesday or Wednesday. So I'll probably do a video on those.
Well, that's the Prodigal Hill. This is Big Kev's World.
Hello? Oh, okay.